Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Novawar.
And MaximusBlack, so happy to be casting.
Yes, because after fighting with everything from Starcraft's updater to Starcraft's quote-unquote optimizer to changing the size of our overlay to moving it up in Photoshop, all on the live stream, and somehow avoiding a massive death due to some unfortunate series of events, we are actually casting Starcraft now. Mr. MaximusBlack, hype me up with a sound of... curb stomping Kirby. You're gonna have to do the name thing, by the way, I think. Never mind. No, I got it. I can do it. Okay.
I'm trying to remember what the Kirby noise is. Well
done. It's way more accurate than I actually expected that to be. I wasn't sure how you were gonna tackle the Kirby noise.
I like Kirby. I liked him in Super Smash Bros.
He did terrible, terrible damage.
Yeah.
But he also took terrible, terrible damage.
He was one of those characters that if you weren't good with them, you're gonna die. But if you're really good, you're gonna own everything.
Absolutely, 110%. And it looks like we are spotting the cheese now with red Protoss Cobalto.
We're gonna call him Cobalt.
Isn't Balto like that dog or some shit from some TV show or whatever from the 80s or something? Balto.
I have no idea.
That's the littlest hobo or some shit. I don't know.
But this is Inbox To Icebox, so of course we do have a cheeser. Cobalt is going to be doing a proxy gateway. I don't know if he's going to check down another one or not, but I guess we'll find out here in just a second. See.
I should introduce the other player on the map. It is a PvP, and up here in the top left-hand corner, we're looking at Curbside King.
Want to know what's messing me up?
King.
Is the fact that I'm hearing Terran music in the background, and it's a PvP.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I don't have music right now myself, but when I did have it, I'm pretty sure it was Terran.
Oh yeah, no. It's
so
totally
this
Terran.
Further solidifying the fact that at some point we're actually going to see a Terran show up out of nowhere and kill both of these people because they're OP.
Well, we are in Wings of Liberty, but Hellbats are so OP that they'll probably just get medevac dropped and kill both these guys simultaneously.
A medevac will drop them cross-game from HOTS into Wings of Liberty into the mineral line of both of these gentlemen, therefore crippling them, and they will have absolutely nothing to do because the medevacs can heal mech units.
And just when you think you're about to kill that medevac, it'll boost its way out of here.
Boost its way. Oh, we're not even casting HOTS yet. We're already complaining about it. Oh, we have a second gateway being constructed here by Cobalt. He's not doing a whole lot with his other one so far. Hasn't even built a single unit. He's still got his Zealot just coming out now. It actually looks like Curbside King is placing a pylon of his own down in the base of Cobalt. And beyond that, we're just seeing that Cobalt is retaliating with a single solitary cannon that will more than hold off whatever exactly that pylon's supposed to do. Don't ask me what the hell it's supposed to do.
I don't think it was supposed to do anything. I don't know. Perhaps that's going to be his proxy. It's
perhaps.
A really ballsy proxy.
I'm assuming so. He is getting warp research. He doesn't have any other gateways. He's got 2 stalkers, 1 just finishing. As we have the 2 zealots now to make 3 for Cobalt. And it looks like he's actually going to go in for the attack now. Now he's got 1 zealot, this is Curbside King, and 1 stalker. So theoretically, he can still totally do this.
Yeah, I mean,
he's just gotta micro it up.
Yeah, as long as Curb can do some decent micro. Like right now, that 1 zealot should be running around and letting the stalker do some damage. But no, he fucked that up. The stalker is going to be able to kite a little bit, but of course, there's just not a lot of DPS for stalkers. But there are 2 of them out now, so he should be focus firing on the zealot that's almost dead.
Yeah, that would be useful.
And very smartly, Cobalt is in the probe line, taking out some probes. So this is going fairly decent, I guess, for those 3 stalkers, or those 3 zealots. Sorry.
Yeah, the 3 zealots managed to get a stalker kill and almost killed the second. While at the same time, we have that 1 Bob up here with 7 kills.
Yeah, that's insane.
Going on 8 kills, 9 at the end there. Killing all the probes. Those probes didn't even turn around to kill him. He was almost dead, too. He would have been easy to pick off there. And lo and behold, that Bob doing all sorts of terrible, terrible damage. It looks like he's got that warp gate tech up now. He's going to be able to warp in bottom pretty soon. What are you seeing, Mr. MaximusBlack? Where are you?
I thought Cobalt was the one putting the 2 pylons in the gateway at the ramp, but no, it's actually Curb.
Wouldn't that have been some shit?
I was like, what the hell? But no, that's pretty smart. That's really smart. because that Stalker is going to be able to get some DPS off on those Zealots, and of course he's going to be able to get another Stalker out here very shortly, and it's just going to buy him some time. Now, it's not going to buy him time forever because the Zealots aren't going to be able to get through these pylons, but you know what? It's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing. He's got that gateway turning into a warp gate now. He'll have about 3 seconds to be able to really do something.
Field.
Nice force field, slowing the advance there of the Zealots. Bringing it down to basically only one being able to attack, with 2 more on the way. I'm loving it. He hasn't warped anything down in Cobalt's base yet, but I feel like he's probably going to try and clean this up first before doing anything, because really he needs his units back home at this point. Nice force field still going on there for Curbside King, cleaning up the first couple of Zealots that made their way into the base, with 3 more on the way, and he's going to be careful of trying to keep those sentries alive.
You know, this could have went a whole lot better for Curb, but I have a feeling that this is probably like Silver League, so if it's a low league, I gotta hand it to him. He did a really impressive job with those, those structures, buying himself enough time to be able to harvest some more minerals and gas, get out those sentries. But there's just absolutely no micro whatsoever for these Stalkers. There's like 3 or 4 Stalkers throughout this entire game that just shouldn't have died just simply by running them in an opposite direction while letting the other Stalkers attack the Zealots. But, like I said, some really good thinking on the spot there from Kirby, and things are looking good for him.
Yeah, I have to say I'm kind of like laughing to myself on the inside here just by some of these UI changes. I don't know if this is a replay thing or not, but when you click on a unit now, above the abilities that it has, it's just straight up telling you that you can right click to move and A, and then left click to ground to auto attack. Cool. I don't know if you knew that, but that's totally a thing.
Awesome.
It's yeah. I don't know if that's actually does that happen in game as well?
No, I can't move them. I know that you can now take over their position.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, when you're in an actual game, does it show up there, like, if you click on a random unit?
Yes, it does.
The bottom right, it's like, hey, this is how to use that unit.
Yes.
Because if so, that's actually kind of useful.
Yeah.
For beginners, anyway.
For beginners.
For beginners, anyway. Very useful.
You can turn it off, though. I'm pretty sure in the menus.
Well, that would also make a hell of a lot of sense. Yep. It looks like Curbside King is quite pleased with not warping anything into that pylon. He now has Cobalt attacking that pylon with a single cannon, and at this point it's going to basically severely limit Curbside King's ability to get in there and do some quick damage. He is now noticing the wave of Zealots.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Turn around and engage that shit.
There you go. Finally moving a Stalker.
Zealots up front.
Look at that. He moved the Stalker for once and kept him alive, and now he's going to be chasing down the Zealots. And the 3 Zealots in the front being able to tank the damage while the Stalkers hit him from behind. And this is going to be going all the way good here for Kirby. And Cobalt is going to, well, it's going to be kind of like the make of the car. She's going to break down, she's going to die. And they're overpriced.
Wow.
And they look just like a Sunfire.
Wow. That's, weren't you going to buy a Cobalt at one point?
I was. Bad life choice.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cobalt SS was almost as an acceptable car back in like 2007.
Yeah.
And no longer. No, not so much. No, I'm not concerned, but I'm kind of concerned for Curbside in that at the very least Cobalt has started up his second now. He doesn't have anything to really defend this, so I guess
I'm not concerned.
It's pretty much GG. I didn't look up there. Yeah, he's going to leave the game.
The game.
But
that's it.
But just in hindsight here for Curbside King, he had that pylon there for so damn long, and there was only up until the place of second cannon, he was only guarded by that single cannon. He could have warped 2 Zealots in and shut down the entire right-hand side.
Yep.
Of Cobalt's
or he could have warped
base.
in a Stalker and just went behind the mineral line, but then
Because
that probably would have required him to move the Stalker, and he wasn't really doing that.
He wasn't prepared for that. But just pro tip, you can totally walk around cannons. That's the thing that you can do. Just go right around the back side of that and hit it from the back side, if you know what I'm saying.
So I guess I'll end this with Chevy. Do not hit LAGTV up with that collab, but BMW, Ferrari, Volkswagen.
Come hit us up. That de-escalated quickly.
It did, but I love
BMW, Ferrari, Volkswagen.
I love my Volkswagen.
Fuck.
No.
Okay, great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a pretty good game. Continue to send your games in. Only send in New replays though. Nothing post or pre-patch because while the replays work relatively well, they kind of get glitchy.
Well, we're moving into HOTS anyway, guys, so...
send in your HOTS replays too, but if you're
send
going to
those
send in any more Wings of Liberty, make sure they're at least post the most recent patch because bad things happen to good people when trying to watch those replays. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Novawar.
And MaximusBlack.
We'll see you guys soon.
Peace out.